Hey, good evening. How's it going? It is Monday. Wow. Is today some kind of holiday or something that I didn't know about? Somebody wired me up on that one. It's me again. Man, I feel like it's something I don't know. I feel like for some reason today feel like a holiday. Was today a holiday or something? I could be wrong, of course, and just not know it. Somebody let me know. Feel like I'm missing something. Anyway, how's it going? Uh, what's the what? Oh, Columbus Day. Oh, okay. You know what? It felt like a holiday, and I was like, man, what's going on, Charles? James, what's up, man? Yeah, I figured it was something going on today I didn't know about. Just felt holiday-ish, if you know what I mean. Sat around here. Did anybody see something I didn't see today? Whatever that could have been, right? Um, I ain't really up on everything that went on. Hey, did anybody see that game last night? Okay, Kansas City Chiefs, Detroit Lions. Did anybody watch that? If you watch that and you not convinced that the refs ain't in the pants pockets with the Chiefs, I don't know what to tell you. That game was a disgrace. I've never ever, yeah, I can't remember ever seeing a team. And maybe it's happened a lot of times and I never paid no attention. But I've never seen a game where a team didn't commit one penalty. Have you ever seen a game where one of the teams did not commit one penalty? You saw it, James? Hey man, I saw so many holding penalties that wasn't called on the Chiefs that you would not believe. I mean, holding penalty after holding penalty that was not called on the Chiefs. That was crazy. Maybe it's me. Maybe my eyes, maybe my eyes ain't so good. Maybe I was seeing something that nobody else saw. I mean, no penalties? A penalty-free game? What team is that good? Man. Hey, that was crazy. I mean, it was a great game. And then that catch by Kelsey. That ball was on the ground big time. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all letting that catch pass? I'm like, what the hell? That catch that Kelsey made that hit the ground. Now, there's no way anybody else would have been allowed to have that catch. You know what? I'm convinced. I'm convinced. You know, I've been saying the NFL is rigged. I like to watch the games. That's like one of the few sports that I like to watch. But it's rigged. It's so rigged, it's a damn shame. Man, it is rigged. Hey, what's up, Carmen? How you doing today? So like the fourth or fifth game of the season. I don't think they want to pay. Perhaps maybe late in the season. You know, looking at that game, I'd say they swiped that card at the beginning of the game. Shit. um, they must have swiped it in the beginning of the game. What's rigged? The NFL. I was saying the NFL has to be rigged. That's just me talking, you know. That's just me. Because that I was watching the Kansas City game. We were talking about the Kansas City Detroit game last evening, and the number of no penalty calls for Kansas City. And they managed to make it through the entire game with no penalties, which is something I've never seen. I've never seen, and I'm not saying it hasn't happened before, you know, and maybe I've seen a game and never paid it any attention. But that was the first game that I ever seen or was cognizant of where a team did not get one penalty. You know? I mean, I could see if they had one offside or something, not one penalty at all. And I personally saw several holding penalties that were not called. So, you know, hey, enough. I'm going to leave that alone. That's it is what it is. It's the NFL. And with all the rule changes they done made, yeah, I can't stand these rule changes anyway. So, you know, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? This evening, hey, have I got a treat for you? Check out, I'm going to show some animal videos. Boy, I tell you what, I love a good animal video. Some animals can really mess up your day, okay? So, I'm going to show, just to start this off, let's check out some animals that's off the chain, all right? Check it out.
Oh my God.
From the moment I met you, I knew you were the one. I promised to love you through everything.
I promise to be your home, your last.
Oh my God!
What?
It's a cat!
No. Stop that cat!
Hey, get out of here! Oh my God! Max, come here! I've got you! Let's go inside!
You want some more salad, honey?
Move! Into the hall, now! Shut the door, hurry! It's coming around!
Don't want it, it's organic.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, get off, Moose! Yep, no, stop! Drop him! Yep, oh my God, go back! Hey, no!
Boy, I tell you what, that'll wake your ass up. Boy, you get skunked like that, God. I could just imagine. His night was ruined after that. And the brother that got hit with the porcupine quills, you know, I saw that. When I saw it, I was like, oh, no, please don't bother that porcupine. Please don't. Somebody must have not told him. You know, if you see a porcupine, leave him alone, okay? Because he'll mess you up. Oh, man. I got one more that I failed to link into that one. I got to show it. This is This is now I would be willing to bet really something ain't it more most make you think it's real. Well, you know, I'd be willing to bet that a couple of those were real. Like the one where the big elk got scared by the Halloween stuff, and as a matter of fact, the guy getting skunked. I'd be willing to bet that, you know, because that happens for real, you know. But here's one that I would love to throw on ice. I would love that for ice to hit this one, get this one right here.
Sir, hold up. Stop right there.
You ain't got the shoes for this chase, boys.
Sir, stop walking. Turn
How about
around
y'all turn around? Y'all chasing a man in a dress with a hippo? Pretty sure I already lost the respect game. Here's your prize.
crap!
Oh, that
Funny stuff. Funny stuff. I gotta tell you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. That is funny. So I'm going to I want to get into something here right quick. I want to talk about boogeymen again. I used to tell y'all, I told y'all a while back that the Republicans love to throw a boogeyman out there. Okay? And they've started up again with the boogeyman. All right? Now, the latest boogeyman, I'm going to tell you, the latest boogeyman, Antifa. Okay? You're going to be hearing a lot about Antifa. Now, I've talked about Antifa a while back, and let's discuss it again. For those of you who do not know who Antifa is anybody that is or are against fascism. That's what Antifa stands for. Antifa stands for anti-fascism. Now, don't go online looking for the organization, because there is no organization. There is no founder of Antifa. Listen to this crazy Kristi Noem. Listen to this. This is Kristi Noem talking about Antifa.
Sir, hold up. Stop right there.
You ain't got the shoes for
Wrong
this chase,
one.
boys.
Sir, stop walking.
Whoops, wrong one. Let's check it out.
The individuals we arrested recently in Portland was the girlfriend of one of the founders of Antifa.
What the f*** are we talking
What
about?
does that even mean, and why would that matter?
They just lie. Like, they just make shit up to advance their agenda of literally doing political violence to civilian populations. Like, it's so beyond parody. It is so beyond satire. I don't even know what to say about it.
Because it's hilarious that they can't even make up, we arrested one of the Antifa ringleaders. No, we arrested the girlfriend of an Antifa ringleader. They can't even make up, like, a believable story. They can't even come up with something that, like, sounds good. They are just throwing stuff out there and seeing what sticks, and they will say whatever, whenever, shamelessly.
Kristi Noem in a mask and with a hat on is going to show up on Jesse Waters on Jesse Waters tomorrow night, and they're going to say that that's the girlfriend of Antifa.
Right. She arrested the girlfriend of one of the founders of Antifa. There is no founder of Antifa because there is no organization of Antifa. Antifa, what you will see is you may see somebody wearing a shirt that says Antifa, or you might see somebody sporting a sign or a hat that says Antifa. Antifa is anybody who is anti-fascist. You will see people wearing shirts all over the world that says Antifa. There is no organization that is Antifa. When you hear them saying Antifa, understand that is a boogeyman. That's another boogeyman that they trying to get out there, and they trying to scare people and get people to think, Antifa is this organization that's against America. Now, anybody, what would you say about somebody? Let me put it this way. What would you say about somebody that is not Antifa? Someone who is not fascist. What would you say about that person? Anybody? Anybody at all? What would you say about a person that would come to you and say, I am not anti-fascist or not anti-fascism? You know, if you are not anti-fascism, you must be for fascism, right? That would be something that that would seem kind of the natural progression. If you are not anti-fascism, you must be for fascism. Okay. So, anybody in the world can be Antifa. Now listen to what they did during one of his cabinet meetings, and we know who we're talking about. One of his cabinet meetings this week. Listen to this craziness right here.
You mean A.N.T.I.F.A?
A foreign terror organization.
Well, has that been done? Pretty close, right? Would you like to see it done?
Yes, Mr.
Do you
President.
think it would help?
They have foreign links
I'd be glad
all
to
across
do it. I think
Western
it's the
Europe.
kind of thing I'd like to do. If you'd like, does
Middle
everybody
East.
agree? If you agree, I agree. Let's get it done. Okay? Let's get it done. Marco, we'll take care of it.
Mr. President.
That's international, you mean? International.
Mr. President.
Sounds good to me.
Foreign terror organization.
Steve, are you okay with it?
Yes, it's true. There are extensive foreign ties, and I think that would be a very valid step to take.
Good, I think so too.
Yes.
Good, I think it's a good point. Thank you.
Now, understand this. There is no organization that is Antifa. Now, I'm going to play that again because the beginning of the sound was kind of jacked up. It went out for some reason. I'm going to play it one more time. They are discussing whether or not to make an executive order designating Antifa as an international terrorist organization. Okay? Understand this. An international terrorist organization. That's what they're talking about. Let me play it again.
Are you going to work with your administration to designate it a foreign terror organization?
You mean A.N.T.I.F.A?
A foreign terror organization.
Well, has that been done? Pretty close, right? Would you like to see it done?
Yes, Mr. President.
Do you think it would help?
They have foreign links
I'd be glad
all
to do
across
it. I
Western
think it's
Europe.
the kind of thing I'd like to do. If you'd like, does
Middle
everybody
East.
agree? If you agree, I agree. Let's get it done. Okay? Let's get it done. Marco, we'll take care of it.
Mr. President.
That's international, you mean? International.
Mr. President.
Sounds good to me.
Foreign terror organization.
Steve, are you okay with it?
Yes, it's true. There are extensive foreign ties, and I think that would be a very valid step to take.
Good, I think so too.
Yes.
Good, I think it's a good point. Thank you.
Now, Stephen Miller would be happy to make anybody a foreign terrorist organization. He would call the Goodwill a foreign terrorist organization. He'd call anybody. But you getting ready to make an organization that doesn't exist a foreign terrorist organization. Now, that's just like what they're doing to those boats out in the water. They've blown up 4 boats out in the Caribbean, They've blown up 4 boats and just called them drug dealers. Now, we don't know if they drug dealers or not because nobody was stopped, detained, identified, searched, no drugs found. We don't know if any of these people were drug dealers. They just said they were drug dealers after they blew them out of the water. So that's where we are now. They can shoot you first and then say you're a drug dealer. Okay? Shoot first and then say you're a drug dealer. How's that work? That's what I'd like to know. How does that work? Any of us could be a drug dealer under these rules. Under these rules, you could be a drug dealer and, you know, that's just it. You're a drug dealer. So, this is crazy. Rand Paul made a little speech in which he made a very good point about this labeling that they're doing. There's very few times I agree with Rand Paul, but this particular moment, he's dead on. Listen to Rand Paul's point on calling people terrorists and drug dealers. Check it out.
The U.S. policy is now to blow people to smithereens if they are suspected of being in a terrorist gang. Then maybe someone should take the time to explain the evidence of their terrorism. Critics of this whole terrorist labeling charade, such as Matthew Petty at Reason, explain what we are doing in practice means that a terrorist is whoever the executive branch decides to label one. You are a terrorist because you are labeled one. You can be killed because you are called a terrorist. But where in all of this is some sort of evidence that you are guilty of something?
Right. Right. That's crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. These people have gone nuts. Hey, Ronnie. I'm glad you ain't about that life no more, but apparently it don't matter if you're about that life or not. Because now all they got to do is say you did it. You know? All they got to do is say you're a drug dealer or say you're a terrorist. So, you know, if you ain't about that life no more, hey, prove it. It's too late. We just shoot you and then label you that shit. And see, here's the problem with that. Here's the real big problem with that. They've done it, and they got, yeah, I heard Kamala. Absolutely. They have gotten away with it, and they're making it normal for you to hear about it. See, that's the problem. They've literally killed people without stopping them, without detaining them, without identifying them, without searching them, without coming up with any evidence of any drug dealing or any cartel or any terrorist membership. They just killed them. And came back to us and said, yeah, we just blew up some drug dealers. So where they do that at? You know? And they said it, and the only person that I hear speaking on it regularly is Rand Paul. Out of all the people, I don't hear the Democrats got their hands full right now anyway. And, you know, of course the Democrats are fighting, you know, they fight every little battle they can fight. It's so many battles, you know. 3-0 Bears. Oh, you know what? Damn, I forgot the Bears playing. That's right. And they playing Washington. Okay, I'm going to have to make this quick. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. Damn, I'm supposed to be drunk by now. Oh, my bad. Anyway. So, this is where we are right now. We got an administration that is holding meetings and deciding you are a terrorist. Coming to a town near you. Absolutely. Coming to a town near you. They're just going to decide you're a terrorist or a drug dealer. And if they decide you're a terrorist or a drug dealer, they can just kill you. You know, you don't have to be taken in for questioning. You don't have to be searched, seized, you know. You don't have to have any, they don't have to have any evidence. They're just going to start calling you something. They're going to decide, you know. That's what Stephen Miller's been doing. He has been on TV. If you notice, he's been on TV calling the Democratic Party a leftist terrorist organization. Okay? He's decided he's calling the Democratic Party a terrorist organization. Okay? Now what does that mean? What does that mean now? That means the bullseye on the Democrats. And they're trying to normalize hearing it. Once you normalize hearing something, so let it be written, so let it be done. Okay? Keep your eyes open, because this is the boogeyman. This is the boogeyman. All right? Okay. Now, aside from that, there's one other thing that I did want to cover this evening, and that was this weekend, J.D. Vance went on all of the shows this weekend, and he went on channel ABC's Sunday show, and by golly, that man must have pissed George Stephanopoulos off. George Stephanopoulos, he got fed up with J.D. Vance. I tell you what, it was wonderful to see somebody actually get fed up with one of these clowns when you ask them a question and they start babbling about everything but what the fuck you ask them, and start lying and everything he could do not to answer a question. And that's what J.D. Vance did. J.D. Vance tried his best to not answer that question. I tell you what, I thought George Stephanopoulos was going to go off on the dude. I thought he was just going to go off on him because, you know, when you see somebody struggling to not answer a question, and then in the midst of struggling to not answer it, tries to lie about it, And then, after not getting away with the lie, then try and deflect. I'm going to show this clip of J.D. Vance first trying not to answer the question, secondly trying to lie about the question, and then third trying to deflect and make George Stephanopoulos the problem. Excuse me. I'm sorry if you hear my stomach rumbling. I apologize. It was amazing to watch J.D. Vance do all three of these, and then to watch George Stephanopoulos' progressive disgust. He was getting progressively disgusted with him until the point where he just shut the man off. He got fed up, said, "Fuck you." It was great to see. It was great to see. Here it is. I'm going to play this clip. Listen to the three phases J.D. Vance goes through trying not to answer this question. He's going to try not to answer it. Second, try to lie. Third, deflect about George Stephanopoulos' show. Check it out. And watch George Stephanopoulos at the end just say, "Man, fuck you." Check it out.
As Borders are Tom Homan was recorded on an FBI surveillance tape in September 2024, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money or give it back?
George, you've covered the story ad nauseum. Tom Homan did not take a bribe. It's a ridiculous smear. And the reason you guys are going after Tom Homan so aggressively is because he's doing the job of enforcing the law. I think it's really preposterous. I know Tom. I think that he's a good man. He gets death threats. He gets attacked. He gets constantly threatened by people because he has the audacity to want to enforce the country's immigration laws. I think that it would be a much more interesting story about why is it that Tom Homan, who is simply enforcing Americans' immigration laws, is getting constantly harassed and threatened to the point of death threats. That's a much more interesting question that I think journalists should focus on. We can agree to disagree on that question.
Well, you said he didn't take a bribe, but I'm not sure you answered the question. Are you saying that he did not accept the $50,000?
George, this story has been covered ad nauseum. He did not take a bribe. Did he accept $50,000? I'm sure that in the course of Tom Homan's life, he has been paid more than $50,000 for services. The question is, did he do something illegal? And there's absolutely no evidence that Tom Homan has ever taken a bribe or done anything illegal, which is why he's working in the administration.
I'm asking you, did he accept the $50,000 that was caught on the surveillance tape? Did he accept that $50,000 or not?
George, I don't know what you're talking about. Did he accept $50,000 for what?
He was recorded on an audio tape in September 2024, an FBI surveillance tape, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money?
Accepting $50,000 for doing what, George? I'm not even sure I understand the question. Is it illegal to take a payment for doing services? The FBI has not prosecuted him. I've never seen any evidence that he's engaged in criminal wrongdoing. Nobody has accused Tom of violating a crime, even the far-left media like yourself. So I'm actually not sure what the precise question is. Did he accept $50,000? Honestly, George, I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know is that he didn't violate a crime.
So you don't, what was caught on the tape, you're saying right now you don't know whether or not he kept that money?
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about. Meanwhile, low-income women can't get food because the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have shut down the government. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to pay our troops because Chuck Schumer has shut down the government. You're focused on a bogus story. You're insinuating criminal wrongdoing against a guy who has done nothing wrong instead of focusing on the fact that our country is struggling because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No,
Well,
George,
Governor
I
J.B.
said that I
Pritzker's
don't.
Up next, we'll be right back.
You see, he finally just got fed up with him. Say, yeah, all right, you ain't gonna answer the damn question. All right, bye. You know. Did you see that man twist and turn, trying not to answer that question? First of all, he didn't ask him anything about accepting a bribe. He said, did he take the 50 grand? Okay. Then in the middle, JD starts talking about he don't know what he's talking about. How do you get halfway through a question and then say, I don't know what you're talking about? That's what you say first, right? When, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that should be the first thing out of your mouth. Not halfway through the conversation, all of a sudden, you don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait a minute. We halfway through the conversation. Now you don't know shit. And then at the end, want to talk about what he think the conversation ought to be about. Now that was twice in there where he says, I think the conversation should be this. I think the question should be this. Well, when you get your show, you can ask the questions. On my show, I'll ask the questions. I decide what the question's going to be about. He was constantly trying to get off of that question. And then say, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't break any laws. Well, I guess not when everybody that is in charge of prosecuting you is on your side. I guess you didn't break any rules or any laws, huh? Everybody that would prosecute your ass is on your side. and that's crazy. I mean, got the man on tape taking the money. And see, the problem with this is they can't get rid of the evidence because too many people know about the evidence. See, when they make this tape, it's copies of the tape. It ain't just one tape, you know. It ain't you can't get rid of it. So now, every time I've seen Tom Homan lately, he's been looking terrible. He's been looking terrible. And it's because he knows if this administration changes, his ass is grass. He know he busted like a motherfucker. He knows that, the statute of limitations ain't gonna run out on this. His ass is grass. He's been looking terrible lately when you see him. And it's because he knows it's gonna happen. They gonna come for you. It's one of these days they're gonna come for you. Because this story is not over. It ain't over by a long shot. So, to be continued. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Hopefully, looks like, and I do have to mention this thing with Israel too before I get out of here. The conflict going on over in Israel as seems to be coming to an amicable situation. Now, of course, we know who is grabbing all of the glory. Nobody else gets any of the glory, just this guy. I think they spent the entire day today kissing this guy's ass. I think it was kiss this guy's ass day. Okay. This is a good thing. This is not going to overshadow. We can't let this overshadow all of this other awful shit that's going on in America, okay? For those that want to say how good it is that everything's coming to a good end, that's good, but we're not gonna let this overshow Epstein. We're not gonna let it overshow the stuff going on in Chicago. 6-0, huh? Man. Okay, that's 2 field goals I done missed. I ain't missed nothing really good yet. Thank you. So we are going to have to keep up the heat. Hey, by the way, Ronnie, I understand that there is a rally, a No Kings Day rally going to be in Gary. Do you know where? I meant to look that up. Do you know where the No Kings rally is going to be in Gary? Let me know if you do. So that's something else. If you get a chance to attend one of the No Kings rallies, please do so, because I don't even see what the orange guy did. Well, the orange guy didn't do anything. You know, I'll tell you who did it. Jared Kushner is the guy that did it. Jared Kushner is his son-in-law. Jared Kushner is a very influential Jew. Okay? He has been in bed with the Arabs, with the Qataris. He's the guy that walked away from Saudi Arabia with $2 billion in cash from the Saudis at the end of Trump's first presidency, his first term. He's the guy that walked away. They'll start building Trump's casino and resort. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at a picture of what that place looked like, and, you know, quite frankly, they already done cleared the place out. All they got to do is run the bulldozers through there with and scoot the rubble out. You know, all they got to do is go to one end of the place and set up a cement factory, because that's all they got is a bunch of concrete and cement blocks that the building's been blown to hell. So they set up that factory at the end of the strip and start making cement for the new buildings. You're right. But Jared Kushner is the one that did the negotiating, because he's the guy that's got the influence. But of course, Trump is going to take all of the credit. Miller, October the 18th. Yes. Okay. I think I'm going to be at that one. As I was about to say, if you can attend a No Kings Day rally, do so. I'm going to try and attend this one on the 18th. I understand it's in Miller Beach area of Gary. So I think I'm going to try and make that one. Okay, at 9 a.m. Okay, all right, cool. 9 a.m. it is. I'm going to try to make that myself because, you know, I think it needs to be done. I think wherever you can rally to show this dude that there is a resistance. This guy needs to know that there is a resistance in this country, a resistance to this bullshit he got going down. And let him know, you know, hey, you know, when the shit hits the fan, there's going to be a bunch of folks, you know. It ain't going to be just a handful of people. It's going to be a lot of folks. I think the point needs to be made. And I think that is the only thing that is going to show this clown what he's up against. And they've already started labeling it, US 20 and Lake. 20 and Lake. Okay. Yes. Know it well. Okay. This guy, they've already started labeling it. I heard Mike Johnson call it an anti-America rally. See? Now, funny, No Kings rally turns into anti-America rally. I heard Mike Johnson mention an anti-America rally, and I heard why can't I think of his name? The Senate Majority Leader. Well, doggone it, why I can't think of his name. Anyway, the Senate Majority Leader mentioned a anti-America rally. And John Thune, that's his name, John Thune. He mentioned in a interview a anti-America rally. And I'm like, oh, so if you ain't about having a king now, you anti-America. Excuse me. If you're not about having a king, you're anti-America. Right. So, you're supposed to want a king now in America. Okay. Got it. So, this is where we are, right? This is where we are today. Okay, if you don't want a king, you anti-America. I guess that's what changing all this history about. That's what changing all this history is about. They are literally trying to rewrite history in this country. They will look you right in the face and tell you a completely different history than what happened in this country. Now, fortunately, there's enough of us that know the history of the country. You know, we ain't died off yet. So they're not going to be able to rewrite history just yet, as much as they would like to. So anyway, if you can get to one of those rallies, get to it. If you can't, check it out on TV. I'm pretty sure it'll be good. I'm going to try and make one. I also know there's one out in Highland. So I'm going to try and make one of them. And we have to make sure we can show a resistance. There has to be a resistance. And I hope the Democrats, I hope they hold out. I hope this is a very, very long shutdown. I hope this shutdown goes forever, because I think the panic is in. I think the panic is in for him on this shutdown. I think this shutdown is the thing that's hurting him. You know, that's just what I'm thinking. So, anyway, I'm going to call it good right there. I hope, and it looks like his supporters are starting to feel it and starting to understand how bad this guy is for the country. I think they're starting to understand it. And that's a good thing. I think this shutdown is driving the point home, because I think they're starting to understand who the Democrats are actually fighting for. I hope that is the case. So, on that note, I'm going to get out of here and go and watch this Bears game that I'm missing. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I am going to go check it out. You stay safe too. I appreciate it, Carmen. And I'm going to be looking into some more stuff for Wednesday because this, I think he wants this Israel thing to just overshadow everything. And I don't think it's going to work that way. I don't think it's going to overshadow the stuff going on in Chicago. I don't think it's going to overshadow Epstein. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she out there screaming to the top of her lungs against all of this stuff where they had Epstein, and she's out there fighting for the health care. She's literally fighting with the Democrats. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Imagine that, right? So keep your eye on this one, because I think, and especially if Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is down in the southern Georgia area, northern Georgia, I think her district is in. But the people in her district are telling her ass, hey, look here, I done start getting the letter saying my premium's about to go up. And they cussing her ass out about it. And she's screaming about it. So I think this might be the thing. This might be the turn that we've been looking for. Anyway, hope so. Thanks for hanging out. I'm getting out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Take it easy.